So, I know there's some trainings coming up. January there's one, and I think I'm going to
Bring crystals this year to say something. Yeah.
You gonna put your name on it
No.
just to say good morning, Merry Christmas?
Yeah, I think so. I think so too, Donnie.
Put somebody there on it.
I'm gonna put a negative check by your name. Sam will be coming by with this
I'm
lady.
getting so old, things just pop in my head.
We'll call the meeting to order. Judge is not gonna be here today. And we have one person on the public comments who wants to speak. Crystal.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You'll be happy to know that the city of Welder has now ratified officially their 2025 tax rate. And last week we have officially put on their tax roll, and P&A is printing their tax statements, and they should be in the mail. Thank you.
Thank you for that update.
Thank you.
We'll continue on with if there's no more public comments. The consent agenda may be acted upon by one motion. A commissioner, the county judge, or a citizen may request items to be pulled for separate discussion and or action. Is there anything on the consent agenda that y'all want to speak about?
I'm good.
Pretty good. If no one has any additional comments, I move we approve all the items as listed on the consent agenda.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. Call for a vote, please. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We'll continue on other action items. Update from Jimmy Harless regarding the drought conditions and the burn ban status.
Good morning.
Uh,
Good morning.
Good to have you
Moment-
back.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I want you to stand right next to me.
KBDI this morning is 629. It's gone up 10. I do know that I was aware that the court lifted the burn ban last week, and then the whole county went up fire. Everybody was burning their stuff. I don't see any significant moisture in the forecast. I think Tuesday and Wednesday, 30-40% chance of rain. And of course, by the time we get there, it'll probably be down to about 10%. So it's really your call on what you want to do.
I'd like to leave it the way it is right now. See what happens this weekend.
With the rain.
The question is the court doesn't meet after this meeting. Y'all don't meet until January. So if for some reason we were to get up in the 700s because we don't get any moisture, the judge can put that on? I don't know, I'm asking.
I would think, we've always told him in the past that he can put it on.
Okay.
So,
I think if we put it back on now, we're confused. The people are out
Yes.
there right now because it hasn't been a week or so.
Yes, sir. No, I think that's good. I just, with it being such a lengthy time between this meeting and the next
Right,
court's
right.
meeting, just want to make sure that, just in case.
It comes down to it.
I think nobody has a problem with the judge authorizing it if we have to
Okay.
have one put on
Okay.
between now and then. Y'all can make that call.
Yes, sir.
Are y'all all right with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good
Thank
with
you, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll make a motion for that.
Yes, we want to make a motion
I'm
to,
making a motion, we keep it as it is.
okay.
I'll second it.
And what about the judge?
Yes.
Same thing.
And if he wants to get it back on, I'll make a motion and he can put it back on anytime he wants to.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been motion made to leave the burn ban like it is, but if the judge and Jimmy decide later on that the court agrees that they can go ahead and put it back on. Everybody in agreement on that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, Constable 4, discuss with action Constable 4 applying for a TxDOT STEP grant. The grant will be responsible for, the county will be responsible for matching funds of 20%. Tell us about that, please.
On the text dot step grant, what it is the county be responsible for 20% of whatever the amount is. Now, we'll cover also the fringe benefits that's in there, but it's only for the overtime pay. And we like to request permission to apply, and if we get lucky, we get it, but it's only for the overtime pay. So y'all only be matching 20% or whatever that's gonna be, and they're gonna be matching 80%.
What do you think that amount could be, Johnny Joe?
Well, it'd be up to 10 hours of overtime. So whatever that amount will be in overtime pay, y'all will cover 20%, they'll cover 80%. And that's including the fringe benefits, so that's a pretty good substantial amount of money to consider.
Okay.
And I think if it goes over 10, if it goes to 15 hours of work, so they're still gonna cover it. But we only allow 10, so we can apply for the grant, so.
10 hours per pay
We're gonna
period?
work with the 10 only,
10 per pay period,
yes,
but over on the yearly, is there a total yearly amount
yeah.
in the?
Well, whatever, every pay period, we gotta allow 10 hours of overtime, so there's gonna be those 10 hours of overtime for every pay period. Unless something happens, if he gets out there and he's gonna have a vehicle towed, he's gotta wait for the vehicle, it might go over, we don't know that. You never know when you do a traffic stop.
On the other 20%, does that just come out of regular overtime, or how do we do that, Sean?
Yes, we budgeted for it in budget workshops,
Okay.
the possibility of them doing a grant, so it is budgeted in there.
So we did it in the past.
We haven't done this in the past.
No, we have to budget it this year so they can see that we did have overtime budgeted. So now he's gonna apply for the grant, but the money's there.
Yeah, since we budgeted, it's already there, so that sounds like, again, good for it, but I move that we approve the Constable Precinct 4 applying for Text dot step grant, and the county will be responsible for matching the 20% of the funds.
I'll second.
We got a motion and a second to, for Constable Precinct 4 applying for the Text dot step grant. The county will be responsible for matching funds for 20%. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Number 15, consider and discuss and take any necessary action on subdivision applications. Take note of the known exceptions. Consider any requests for variances. Jimmy?
Yes, sir. This is the James and Anna Shows exception request. Commissioner Boatwright, I think it's yours in
Right.
Leesville. So in looking at this, and this morning was the first time I actually looked at it, looks like an acre and a half has already been cut out, not cut, has already been designated for a homestead, which is not an actual splitting of the land, but now she's wanting to go back and actually gift her daughter the acre and a half officially. Is there county water there?
I believe there is.
I believe there
know it
is.
comes right in that area, that's where it stops, is right about that County Road 157.
So she wanted to give Kelly the acre and a half. And when I looked at the water line map that I have in my office, it did indicate that there was county water there. So I'd imagine since there's already a house there, she's probably got a meter anyway.
Sure.
So she's just wanting the court to officially approve it so they could officially cut that acre and a half.
Right, now the acre and a half to the daughter, and then the rest of the property, the remaining 605 to the son, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the property that and all that, and that's a standard exception, so I move that we approve the shows exception in precinct 4.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the shows on County Road 157, precinct 4. Those in favor? Aye. It's passed. Next thing is approval of final plat from Mendoza Acres subdivision, precinct 3.
Yes, sir. Commissioner State, I'm assuming you're familiar with this. I know initially they had come to us, smaller lots, found out that there was not county water there. So then they went back and corrected it to 3 bigger lots because of the water well requirement, the septic.
5.5 acres or whatever it is, or 2.5.
It looks like 3 lots of 2.5 acres each,
Yeah, three.
which meets our septic water well requirement, and we did get a letter from the underground water conservation folks saying that it's good. So we have the letter.
Other than the water, that's about it.
Yes, sir. It's pretty standard. It's got plenty of road frontage. It's off of a TxDOT road.
Right.
So, you know, it's pretty basic stuff.
I actually thought Heatner's bought all of that, but I guess he didn't.
Yeah, I guess he owned a section of it, or bought a section of it, right there on the road.
Not much you can do about it.
No, they've met all the requirements. Initially, they had not because of the water issue. They've now mitigated that, so we're good.
So you're all right with that?
Yes.
They met all the requirements, Commissioner State, Chief Precinct?
I'm gonna go ahead and make the motion that we approve the Mendoza acreage subdivision. Second that.
Got a motion and a second to approve the final plat for Mendoza acreage subdivision of precinct 3. Those for it? The approval of the final plat for Mendoza acreage subdivision passes.
And I'll need your signatures too, please.
Now, number 16, discuss, consider possible action for approval of the creation of a pretrial diversion special fund account for the Gonzales County Attorney's Office.
Good morning, Commissioners. Don't let the two words fund account frighten the Commissioners as far as it costing the county any money, because it won't. This is something that our neighboring counties are already doing. And speaking to Shauna, this is just part of the process to get this going. It gives defendants another avenue to get their cases resolved. There's application fees that come in with that, and then that's what goes into that fund. Again, to help lighten the load from the county, it would provide, through application fees, some additional funds to my office. Now, we have to build that account up first, and what would need to happen now, over the course of a year, and then a budget would be presented just for that account. And if I'm saying that wrong, Shauna, please correct me, but we've kind of been working on this for a while. I know Shauna's made contact with Lavaca County and DeWitt County just to make sure we're doing it all the right way. But again, it's another avenue for case resolution for defendants. They give an example, somebody that's never been in trouble in their life. They're 45 years old and they pick up a low-level crime. This would give the opportunity, it's like a second chance opportunity for people that have never been in trouble before in their life, or they qualify under the terms of the pretrial diversion, and it gives an alternative route to resolve their case. So that's what we're trying to do. All the funds that are collected on that would go to the county. I believe it goes in the general fund. It's just basically creating the account, a line item account for that. If they qualify for that program, then they're forwarded on to the Gonzales County Probation Department, and then they do what they have to do on their end. So again, this is nothing new as far as its existence. It's been going on in other counties for years now, and I just wanted to be able to take advantage of what the legislature has given us the ability to do, which is give another alternative and lighten the load just a little bit to the county as far as funds that are available for our office for things we may need. I'm here to answer any questions.
We already have a line for this?
No, I'll have to create, first I'll create the revenue part of it, the fund. Then as it builds, maybe during budget workshops, I don't know, that'll be enough at that point.
Yeah.
Then he can come and we can create the budget then on what he needs to spend it on.
And the legislature is real specific too on what it could be used for. It's that money's got to be used to further the pretrial diversion program. So it's basically kind of like if I have to compare it to something like SB 22, where the funds have to be used for certain things. It's the same thing for the pretrial diversion fund. It can't just be used for, it's like, oh yeah, the county trade vehicle needs new tires. There's very specific reasons why it can be used and how it can be used. So at the end of the day, there is transparency on that just because the budget is created, but we've got to build that up before we can do that, and that's why I'm here, that's why I'm asking to allow the creation of that fund account. You know, again, it doesn't cost the county a dime, and, you know, the alternative, and the opposite rather, it could help. It could help the county as far as generation of funds. So this time we're just asking to allow that special fund account to be created.
Sounds like a good program. I move we approve the creation of a pre-trial diversion special fund account for the Gonzales County Attorney's Office.
I'll second it.
Motion been made and second for item 16 for the approval of the creation of a pre-trial diversion special fund account for the Gonzales County Attorney's Office. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item 17, discuss with the action the CDL training reimbursement to qualified employees.
I put this on here to talk about some of the stuff regarding our CDL program, and I visited with Eddie and Kristen with the attorney's office. Did y'all want to go into executive session and discuss that?
Yes, sir, under personnel.
If we could, yes, so we'd like to go into executive session to discuss this, again, under the personnel division of that, and kind of.
Do we have a motion to go into executive session? We have a
So-
motion and a second to go into executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. item 17, the CDL training reimbursement for qualified employees.
I would like to make a motion to amend the CDL training reimbursement program for qualified employees to include employees who have received licensure within the past 18 months.
And I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded for the reimbursement schedule for qualified employees. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Got everything you need, Roy?
Make the motion, we adjourn?
I'll second that motion.
Got a motion and second to adjourn. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Adjourn.
Go to the state this year? This Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until next year.
They do it last
Sir?
We won't do this again until next year.